Hi, how are you? Okay, I'm finally doing your reading, right? So, thank you very much for um, entrusting me with this and sharing your information. And so, let's get straight to it. So, based on the information you gave me, um, your birth information adds up to a 32, which reduces to a 5. Fives talk about change, okay? But I was also led to check for 32, and 32 is about music. So I don't think they're telling you to change the music. I'm just thinking that music may play an important part in your uh, your life. Okay, so let's take a look at 32 and see what that's talking about. So this 32 indicates a need to listen to music you enjoy in order to improve your health and your well-being and the overall quality of life. Playing, singing, composing, or listening to beautiful music that fills your heart with joy automatically raises your vibration and enhances your connection to source. Because you attract what you feel in this magnetic vibrational world, you consistently feel good. When you consistently feel good, you can make your dreams come true. Music is the ultimate way to bring yourself into alignment because it only takes a few minutes to sing a favorite song in the shower. Rather than worry about your day, listen to inspirational music while driving rather than stressing about the traffic. Or play your favorite CD while doing housework rather than fretting about the mess. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the cycles and rhythms of life that are encouraging you to listen to music that you love. This truly has the power to heal your body and your life. When you fill your heart with music, you can manifest your dreams. The affirmation for this card is, the healing power of music brings me closer to my dreams. The healing power of music brings you closer to your dreams. So, number 5. This talks about unexpected and expected changes when anything can happen and probably will. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to think of your life as an adventure, which is exciting and has opportunities that can appear at any moment. Rather than fearing the unfamiliar and the unknown, you're being urged to embrace expansion and movement and change. This is a time when you can go with the flow and open yourself to opportunities that will improve your quality of life. Anything is possible. The wheels have been set in motion, so be sure to play your part by moving closer to your dreams. You may be called upon to make changes in your mindset, in your relationships, your residence, your lifestyle, or career. But wherever a shift is needed to serve your greater good. It's time to broaden your horizons and re-spark your passions for life. Procrastination, resistance, and fear only take you out of alignment. So surrender yourself to the opportunities that are about to present themselves. Trust that you're divinely loved and divinely guided, and you'll be shown the way. The affirmation for this card is, I accept and surrender to the changes that improve my quality of life. So, bringing more music into your day. As it said, maybe when you're on your way to work, if you drive to work, don't listen to the news so much as listen to music that is soothing and uplifting for you. Around the house, while you're doing your chores, play music, okay? When you're feeling down, put on some music that will create positive vibrations around you. You know, sometimes we want to hear the sad songs and whatever. Okay, so you start with that, but you know, be your own DJ. Rotate into something more pleasant, something more favorable for you. Okay, so don't and try different kinds of music. You know, there may be some music that I think that you should look into. I'm hearing tribal rhythms. Maybe you should learn more about that kind of music that may be attached to you generationally. Maybe there's something in that music that is for you. So, music that speaks to your ancestral line. So maybe they do want you to change the type of music that you listen to if you don't already listen to that music. If you do, then good. But if you don't, try to see if you could bring some of that into your atmosphere. Or perhaps they want you to learn how to play that type of music. Maybe that's why I got that message. Maybe there is something in you learning more about those rhythms that will lead you towards the tranquility that you seek, the direction of your spiritual journey. Maybe you're supposed to sing, maybe you're supposed to sing. Yes, maybe there are songs attached to your culture, your familial culture, that they want you to learn, and so that you can share and learn, share with other people. Something that would make those rhythms more popular or more accessible to everyday people who may not be familiar with that type of music. I don't know what that's about. Well, maybe we'll get clarification on that later. 32 plus 5 would be 37. 3 and 7 is 10. 10 is about you, so this is about you and the things that you need to pay attention to in order to raise your vibrations and to point you towards your spiritual path. Okay, well, besides that, based on the dates that you gave me, I was like, I wanted to check and verify exactly what your sign is. And I got Capricorn and Aquarius because you are on the cusp. All right, so you may consider yourself a Capricorn, but based on the information you gave me, the signs were changing in that year that you were born. And you were born on a Tuesday, so there's a poem that says, Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace. So that means that you are being protected, divinely protected. It also could talk about someone who is graceful, someone who carries themselves in a graceful manner. But it also, I got some message that maybe you're not very forgiving of others. Maybe there's a standard because of the way you carry yourself. There's a standard you expect other people to live up to. And so you may not be very forgiving of the rest of us average folks. That may be something that you may need to take a look at if that resonates with you. I also started the reading by getting some of the energies from the Goddesses and Sirens by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. And the cards that came up for you were the Sirens, talks about temptation, and Katesh, talks about pleasure. So perhaps what we're dealing with here for you could be something. There's something that you're being tempted by. The person, if this is a person, and maybe you want to make a change in relationship or change in your life, and maybe this person is somehow connected to music, but you're looking to make yourself happy. You kind of want to indulge, I think, in something. Let's take a look at the messages that we get from the Sirens. Sirens, temptation. Get the glare. I'm sorry. Supposed to be in alphabetical order. Thank you. Okay, this talks about maybe receiving an offer that you're finding hard to refuse. And it also talks about your ability to attract people to your cause or to your mission. Again, Sirens were about music, right? They would, the Sirens were originally 3 young companions of the goddess Persephone. They played games with Persephone and sang to her with their sweet voices until she disappeared. Now we know that Persephone was taken by Hades, all right? And she was Demeter's daughter. So they were frightened and unsure of what had happened. And Demeter enlisted them so that they could travel around the world to look for Persephone. So across the world they flew, but they could not find her. Eventually, they forgot their mission and made home on the flowery island of Anthymoesa. Now, some versions of this myth say that Demeter became angry because they gave up looking for Persephone. Not only did she not change them back to maidens because she had given them wings so that they could fly around to find Persephone, she cursed them so that anyone who heard their song would be lured to them, and then the Sirens would have the urge to kill that person. So these lovely yet deadly women sat on the cliffs by the sea, singing their dangerous songs, luring any man who happened to hear them to his death. The sirens come calling to herald a temptation. They could be a warning indicating that something is too good to be true, or a positive call that's telling you to follow your heart. Many of us feel bored with our lives at times and trapped in doing what we have to do daily instead of what we need to do. And to feel such a strong, sudden attraction towards something can be a positive pull towards our true purpose. Feeling inspired towards your purpose will get you there faster. Following a siren, in this case, leads us to growth and joy. When we feel very tempted, it's worth taking steps sometimes to think about where this temptation is leading us. We can feel swept away by temptation, and we don't take time to think things out rationally. By all means, feel empowered and inspired, but pause a little to make sure that you're being drawn towards something that will benefit you. So the symbols for sirens are women with wings or the legs of a bird, singing, cliffs, and rocks. So, sirens also talk about women who are extremely attractive. So, or tempting. Men find hard to resist. And also talks about a wailing, loud noise that warns people of danger, like an alarm, sirens, like police sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, that type of thing. So, talking about, again, you singing, you involved in the music, in a music career, or maybe your singing is something that brings attention to you. Maybe you sing in church, or maybe you sing in public in some form, or maybe you sing around the house and the people who hear you love it, okay? But if it's not singing per se, maybe some music that you are attracted to or that you play, maybe you play the piano. But whatever it is, there's something very attractive about you that catches people's attentions. All right? Now, the other card that had to come was Katesh, which is pleasure. So, again, maybe you are doing something that is bringing pleasure not only to yourself, but to those who are around you. Okay, Katesh. This talks about making pleasure a priority and seeking it out. Don't forget what makes you happy, and remove any obstacles to you finding pleasure or enjoying yourself. So if there's something in your life that is keeping you from enjoying yourself, you have to take a look at that and see what you can do to move that. Pleasure is sacred. And the sacred is pleasure, is the message. If we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether it take the form of laughter, play, sensuality, practicing our talents, we are less than whole. We need to recognize over time that we are less effective in our emotional and public lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. If we focus too much on serious issues and take ourselves too seriously, then our lives are not complete. life, work, friends, and family can be overwhelming at times, and our rational minds seem to need every available minute of our time to cope with the demands of the everyday. So maybe you're under a lot of pressure, you have a lot of responsibility. Even if you participate in sports, there may be pressure on, you play a sport because you enjoy it, and then after a while it becomes competitive and it takes the pleasure away from it. Could be that your interest in music, if that resonates, was something that you just enjoyed for yourself, and somehow the pleasure has been taken away from you. It talks about handing over your stress and your worries to the source. Allowing things that make you, the things that bring you pleasure, the things that separate you from the things that bring you pleasure, you need to take a look at those things and eliminate those things. Pressure from family, outside influences. You need to seek pleasure, but not at the expense of other people's or at the expense of your own balance. It's never okay to use other people. And if you're only thinking of your own pleasure without thinking of how it affects others, you won't experience pleasure at all. The crescent moon is a symbol of Katesh. So, pleasure and temptation. So this could be something that has to do with work, could be something that has to do with a relationship. There may be someone who you find tempting, or a relationship that brings you pleasure. Could be sexual. And you may be preoccupied with that right now. And that may be causing concern for your people around you. You may be tempted to change a relationship that you're currently in because you're being tempted. And you're hoping to find pleasure somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is take a look at the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and see if we can get some messages for you about that. Let's see what the Romance Angels want to say about your pleasurable temptations, okay? So here's some messages for, oh, thank you. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Free yourself. Time to take back control of your life. Okay, so there's someone who is coming towards you, and you may be attracted to them. Maybe you are hesitant about this reconciliation, even though you find yourself attracted to them. Okay. It's telling you to free yourself. and enjoy this moment. Enjoy this time. So this may or may not have happened yet, but there is someone maybe that you are not, feel like maybe there's maybe a danger in having a relationship with this person. It says worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this may be divine timing. This may be a divine relationship that you're being pulled towards. And give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Children may be a factor. Your love life is being affected by children. Maybe I'm getting maybe this is someone that you've known for a while, someone that maybe you grew up with. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Could be that you have been with this person before. You may have children with this person. May have been a codependent relationship. They may be coming back towards you. They could be using children as a way to find their way back into your life. But bottom of the deck, love yourself first. This may have been a relationship that you felt was not healthy for you. And maybe that's why you pulled away from this person, even though you find them very attractive. But I think the message that you're getting here is to work on this relationship because it's worth having. Let me see if we can get any more messages here from the wisdom of the hidden realms. A high lady of love and compassion. Number 1. Again, this is about you. Reverence, kindness, and consideration. Maybe this person that's coming towards you has some kind of addiction or even a personality disorder of some type. The high lady of love and compassion. Thinking that maybe they're asking you to have compassion for this person, to treat them with kindness. Treat yourself with kindness first. Have reverence for yourself, okay? Stand up in your power. Know how important you are in this person's life. Okay. You play an important role in this person's life. And so they're asking, well, that could be part of the codependency, but they're asking you to treat them with kindness. This card comes to remind you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifestation in order to manifest the unseen into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion. Generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things bring you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts and your actions. If your intentions are to create a prosperous and abundant life, unconditional love will be returned tenfold. This is also evidence that you are loved and that all manner of synchronicities align in your favor. If your question refers to a relationship, required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her greatest and highest good. Give selflessly, without asking for or expecting anything in return, and then let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you imagine. So, again, if this is a reconciliation of a relationship, they're telling you that you need to have compassion and to understand that this is not only about you, even though it is about you, but it's also about what is in the greatest good for the other person. And they're encouraging you to be considerate. Go inside and see what Spirit says. Consider Spirit, okay? Watch for synchronicities around you. Synchronicities are things that repetitive numbers or colors or words throughout your day that keep repeating yourself, things that you keep taking note of. It could be the time, it could be anything, but watch the synchronicities. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. I'm getting messages, music messages. Maybe the person sends messages or you send them messages with music, you know, music songs that both of you like or that remind you of your relationship or one another. There's something about music that connects you with this other person. Next card that came here for you was the Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance and higher knowing. This is the number 3. So this is the Creator bringing something to you, guiding you towards something, allowing you to have another opportunity perhaps to be with this person. I think it's trying to say that the divine wants this to happen. This card, the Lady of Compassion, is a 1. Spirit Whisperer is a 3. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 is foundational. I think they're saying that this relationship is going to be, if you choose to renew this relationship, allow this reconciliation, it's a blessed union. Something else that just left. It's going to be built because of what you may have gone through in the past. when you all get back together, if this is what you choose to do, it's going to be a stronger relationship built on a better foundation for both of you. Okay. Let's see if we can get some information about this situation for you on the regular tarot. Okay. Any information, any messages here for our Five of Coins? Okay, so someone's feeling left out in the cold. Did you turn your back on this person? High Priestess. Were you in a maybe you were in a marriage with this person? This is a 2. This is 5. 5 talks about change, right? 5 of Coins. So there was a change. You felt left out in the cold. Was there some type of 3-party relationship that you were involved in? And you intuitively, your intuition told you. Your intuition revealed to you something about a 3rd-party relationship, something that broke your heart. Eight of Wands. This thing happened very quickly. Something occurred quickly. Maybe you got the messages came very quickly. Or maybe you maybe you got a reading from someone, and that's the message that revealed to you about this 3rd-party relationship. But it's over. It came and went quickly. Okay. The Lovers and the Page of Cups, both in the upright. So I think that what it's saying is that this person loves you and they are trying to offer you love. They're coming back with an offer of love. The person could be a Pisces or any water sign. It could be a Cancer. Or they could have Cancer in their chart somewhere. So you intuitively figured it out that this person was cheating, and this happened really quickly. Bottom of the deck is Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. But you still have your guard up. But there's celebration. There will be a celebration. There will be a celebration. You have the tools that you need in order to have a victory in this situation. You're trying to make a decision about what to do, and they're telling you to have patience, to be balanced. You're being told to be balanced, have patience, take your time, be temperate. You're not stuck in the situation. You don't have to remain in pain about the situation. Just stand your ground, but know that you're looking for stability. You don't want this kind of stuff in your life. You don't want this to occur, and you're standing your ground. You're standing your ground. Stability. Change. There's been a change. A change is coming. There's some growth. This may have been something that was needed to shake things up. Sun. End of the turmoil. Happy ending. A bright future. A new start. A new beginning. Person could be a Leo. Could be someone with Leo and Cancer in their chart. But you are standing your ground. And you are saying what you will and will not accept. You want stability. You don't want to be put in this position again, ever. Of course, who could blame you for that? But I think that if you allow yourself to reconcile this relationship, that it will be positive. Because I don't think that you've been happy being away from this person either. This has brought you a lot of sadness. But you have the tools that you need to change this. Following your intuition. Going inside. Expressing yourself through music or poetry. Maybe you need to write something. I just got that. Maybe you need to write something to express yourself. Maybe this person has a hard time understanding you when you speak to them. Maybe they get messages better through music. Some people are like that. Some people, they can relate to the messages through music rather than regular verbal conversations. It's the way people process information. From the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. My fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, justice is coming. I would think for both people in this manner. It could be that both parties have contributed to this turmoil in this relationship. All right, let's see what Ma'at is talking about. When all parties involved surrender their personal agendas in favor of the greater good for the entirety of the group. So this could be talking about putting aside your feelings and their feelings for the betterment of the family, if you have children. This requires trust in the wisdom of the whole. When it comes to matters of disputes, the attacks are based on fears that you will not receive your fair share. Yet attacks amplify the hurt and the pain that caused the dispute in the first place. Why not surrender your attachment to a specific outcome and instead direct your holy will towards the resolution of the main argument? Hold a firm vision of a peaceful outcome and let the pieces fall in a harmonious manner. Meanings that go with this card for Ma'at is: a lawsuit will be resolved fairly, a dispute will end harmoniously, you will be treated fairly, keep everyone's needs in mind during negotiations, release any guilt or shame, as these emotions can attract a punishment. Release guilt and shame, as these emotions can attract a punishing attack. Ma'at is the Egyptian goddess of integrity, fairness, and justice. She holds a scale that measures souls against a feather at the time of death to detect any heaviness from guilt. Ma'at protects us in business and in personal relationships, ensuring that we'll be treated fairly and honorably. Call upon her before signing any contracts or during any disputes or whenever you're feeling guilty or remorseful. So, keep in mind the need to be fair, okay? Not only being protective of yourself, but also understanding what part each person played in this situation and being honest with yourself and with them about how you feel about what happened. Now, if this is pertaining to business, again, fairness. People should be paid for the work that they do. If someone is getting time, vacation, or compensation time, everyone should be allowed to have that. If there's a discussion that involves family matters, business matters, everyone should have a fair and equal say in what is happening. Everybody's needs should be taken into consideration. All right, I'm going to see if we can get a message for you from the Native Spirit Oracle, and that's by Denise Lynn. Any further advice or messages? Prayer feather. Okay, so the natives used to get feathers and decorate them and put their intentions and their prayers into the feathers, and then they would hang them outside. They use a feather when they sage their environment, so you may need to be doing that. You may need to burn some sage in your environment and clear out some of the negativity or confusion. All right, so get some sage. And if you get them, they sell them sometimes with a shell and a feather. And you would burn the sage in the shell, and you would direct the smoke of the sage around with the feather. So that's one way that you would utilize feathers. And putting out your intentions, positive intentions. This card talks about the fact that love is flowing to you and through you. No matter what an individual is saying or doing, love him or her anyway. Love them anyway. Gather your inner forces. Silently and secretly, love deeply and fully with every ounce of your being, even if someone isn't fulfilling your expectations. It's easy to love people when they're acting right. The true challenge is to love them when they aren't. This is a time to love and to be loved. The love that you send out into the world comes back to you 100-fold. We were told that earlier. There are times when small concerns of everyday life need to drop away and be replaced by the majesty of your being. This is that time. So I think what they're saying is that you need to rise above this, be the bigger person, show your strength, show your spirituality, all right? Stand your ground, stand up for what you believe, but with love. Letting this person, whoever this is, whether the situation is be it romantic or business or family, that throughout it, even though you may not approve of their actions and their behaviors, there's love. And it doesn't have to be, sensual, passionate, romantic love, because if someone's cheated on you, that may not be there. That may have been pushed to the side. But loving who that person is inside, that thing that got you to love them in the first place, that part of them that you are very aware of, even if they aren't aware of it themselves. Because you're a spiritual person and you have tools and you know things and you follow your intuition. All right, you may have expected this person to act a certain way that they may not have been ready to act. And understand and remember, we all have our own paths to go on. And this may have been part of a lesson that this person needed to learn aside from you, from someone else. Unfortunately, we don't like that when someone that we feel that we're connected to steps aside of the relationship and has a relationship, a friendship, or shares some intimacy with someone. We don't like that. But understand that the only thing that you can control is yourself and the way you react to it. And maybe, thinking from a higher plane, maybe there's a lesson in that for that person, for your loved one. And it could have been a lesson for you as to how you react to that. Prayer feathers are decorated feathers that can be used for many purposes. In some traditions, prayers are placed into the feather. You can hold it to your heart or between your hands as you focus on your prayers, and then tied onto a bush so that when the wind blows, it carries the prayers to the Creator. Another kind of prayer feather is a decorated bundle of feathers that are used for smudging, like I said earlier. For a day, love each person that you encounter. Imagine a golden ray of light from the center of your heart radiating to the center of that individual. Notice how great you'll feel at the end of the day. So, honor the God in that other person. Honor the source. Honor their divinity. Respect that. Respect that maybe this was just part of their journey and had nothing to do with you. On a spiritual level, this is something that maybe they had to learn, something they had to engage in, a lesson that they got from this whole situation, a message maybe that they got from this other person that was maybe something that you weren't able to share with them. Be fair. Be fair. If shoes were on the other foot, how would you want it to be handled by a person that you love? People make mistakes. And again, maybe it wasn't as much as a mistake as it was part of a life lesson for you both. Okay, so let's see if we could get something for you from, let's see what the life purpose is. Let's see what your life purpose is. If we can get a message about your life purpose. And this is coming from, again, the Doreen Virtue. Where did I get Dion from? Doreen Virtue. These would be messages about your life path, maybe your career, may even give us some insight as to healer, your spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So this could be part of the spiritual gifts that you have. All right. Also could talk about a career in medicine. It could be talking about being a spiritual guide, a healer, bringing messages of redemption and forgiveness. That maybe you can heal this person by being fair, by praying for them, by understanding that human beings have temptations and that you have yourself been tempted. You're tempted right now to take this person back, maybe. Be fair to yourself and be fair to them in this situation. Healer. This card validates that what you've always known. You are a healer. While each person possesses this gift, some, like you, have refined and polished those abilities. The divine love and light within every divine love and light within every sentient being can be directed and amplified to benefit others. And you've learned how to do it through many lifetimes devoted to healing work. You've been conducting this work for most of your present life, and others are naturally drawn to you for help. You're a compassionate, intuitive, and sensitive person. For this reason, you can build up confidence in your healing abilities by trusting your feelings and intuitive ideas. You can also feel more self-assured as a healer by taking classes related to those interests, even if it's an eclectic mix of subjects. Maybe music is healing for you. As a healer, though, you have to take exceptional care of yourself emotionally and physically to withstand the intense, energetic demand of caring for other people. Follow your intuitive guidance to diet, exercise, and lifestyle. Practice healthy boundaries with others. Remember that the greatest healers know when to take rest and how to balance giving with receiving. By practicing a healthy lifestyle, you become an inspiring role model and ensure your longevity in the healing professions. So that may be something that you want to look into if you're not already doing that. And as I said, you maybe have the gift of healing through song, through music, and you may know that already. You may know that already. All right, let's see if we can get an oracle card about your past life that may help shed some guidance for you in the situation. And the card that came, Mother. Mother. Let's see what that's about. First thing I got was nurturing and teaching. All right, Mother. This is also by Doreen Virtue and Dr. Brian Weiss. Mother. This card indicates that your mother in this life was also with you in previous lives. This is actually a very common occurrence. Mother-child relationships is a significant emotional and physical bond. So if you enjoy a healthy and loving relationship with your mother in this lifetime, you're probably drawn together again because of the fondness that you all have for one another. However, if this relationship has been challenging, this indicates a need to balance the karma the karma through your forgiveness. Your feelings about your mother are directly related to your ability to manifest abundance. Even if, I don't know why, I'm getting adopted, you know, maybe you were adopted or there was a lifetime experience of you being adopted away from your birth mother, and maybe you have a resentment about that. If it happened in a previous lifetime, you may not even be aware of it, and maybe it's impacting the way you relate to your mother, or it could be impacting the way you think about mothering your children, if you have children. If you don't have children yet, this may be telling you that you may need to straighten this out before you start having children. If you have blocks with your relationship with your mother, you have most likely developed control issues that prevent you from receiving help from others or even from the universe. So this card asks you to do some more personal work concerning your mother. At this time, you may wish to add a past life regression as an adjunct to other therapeutic methods. So if there are issues between you and your mother or either of your parents, this is advising you to start working on that if you haven't already, to see what that blockage is that could be affecting the way that you react to the person that you're having this reconciliation, this attraction to, this thing that you're tempted to do. Maybe you're concerned about the way your mother's gonna react to, or maybe you're hesitating because maybe you saw your mother subject herself to taking back or forgiving your father or whatever men were in her life, whoever her relationships was. Maybe you felt that she was too easy to forgive and to allow someone to come back. Or maybe that she stayed in a relationship that she shouldn't have stayed in. And so you're looking at what she did and making that stop you from doing what you really desire to do, what would make you happy, what you're tempted to do. It could be because you're trying not to emulate your mother's mistakes or errors. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it. I don't know. You let me know whether or not that made sense to you. So I'm going to see if we can get one last message for you from the postcards from Spirit, and see what message they would like to share with you today. Again, thank you so much for entrusting me with giving you this reading. I hope it resonates with you. And please get back to me and let me know if it does. And if there are any other areas that we need to clarify for you. So, any messages, Spirit? These are individual messages from Spirit. They will address you in the you, but they will talk about themselves in the we or us or our. They're talking to collective, basically. So it's all your relatives, all your ancestors. They get together and come up with an answer to deliver to you, a message for you. Even if you're only directing it towards one particular ancestor, they're all in on it. So, front of your card is with love. These are all postcards, and the little stamp in the corner says 2 cents. So heaven's putting in their 2 cents, right? Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life, and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you, and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come. You just don't get to choose who will deliver them. You just don't get to choose when they will show up or what they will do for you. All of that is in our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved. If you only knew how much you were loved. It's beautiful. So, I hope this message resonated, as I said, and I thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope that I've addressed some of your concerns, and I'll be looking forward to speaking to you in the future. Be blessed. Ashe. Namaste.